Hello and welcome. It is Tuesday, May the 4th, and this is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion. Today we will be reading from the book of Romans, chapter 11. We will start at verse 28, and we will read through Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Here's the word of the Lord. As far as the gospel is concerned, they are enemies for your sake. But as far as election is concerned, they are loved on account of the patriarchs. For God's gift and his call are irrevocable. Just as you who were at one time disobedient to God have now received mercy as a result of their disobedience, so they too have now become disobedient in order that they too may now receive mercy as a result of God's mercy to you. For God has bound everyone over to disobedience so that he may have mercy on them. Oh, the depths of the riches of the wisdom and knowledge of God! How unsearchable his judgments and his paths beyond tracing out! Who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has been his counselor? Who has ever given to God that God should repay them? For from him and through him and for him are all things. To him be the glory forever. Amen. And that is the word of the Lord. In his article, Mercy, Mark Henderson writes this: have you ever called out for mercy? One of the immediate images that comes to my mind is wrestling. My nephew has been a heavyweight wrestler for several years now. He went all the way to the state championship wrestling meet twice. If you have ever watched the sport, you know it can be a bit brutal. Two relatively equal-sized people try to take each other to the floor in order to pin the other. There are a variety of ways to attempt this and to attempt to not to be pinned. Either way, sometimes it can be painful. As Paul writes to the church in Rome, he is reminding them that they are not the only ones in need of mercy. Others, people like them, are also in need of God's mercy and grace. We were all at one time at odds with God. None of us were ever acceptable to God before we were recipients of God's grace through the work of Christ by the power of the Spirit. If we are tempted to look at another human being and judge them unworthy of mercy, let us remember our own struggles. It is by God's mercy we are made just, and God's mercy is available to all. And the hymn is by Stephen R. Adams, all because of God's amazing grace. But God's grace has guided safely through, and it will surely lead us home. And from Isaiah chapter 51, verses 4 and 5, we read, listen to me, my people. Hear me, my nation. Instructions will go out from me. My justice will become a light to the nations. My righteousness draws near speedily. My salvation is on the way, and my arm will bring justice to the nations. And this is the word of the Lord, and this is your daily devotion for Tuesday, May the 4th. Have a blessed day.